Hello and welcome to Wyckoff Training Academy. This is the session wherein I'm going to speak about WTA buy sell semi-auto trading system version 225. So you can say this is the launch of or official video of this particular uh, based on this particular trading system. This is semi-automatic or semi-auto trading, and it can be converted into fully auto trading also. But again, whatever things uh, I have displayed on this particular dashboard is one second. Let me change the color. Okay. So whatever things are presented over here are purely and mm, uh, based on the strategy tester feature which we have. But the problem with this strategy tester and this thing is like uh, we don't get proper sample size, like for example, the account balance and other things properly in strategy tester. It has its own way of doing calculation, which is not that much to the point. So to cater to this thing, I made this dashboard along with this strategy, or you can say semi-auto or semi-auto trading system, or like strategy, whatever you want to name it. So now this is the default. As soon as you apply this thing, it will show you. So what we have here, we have total number of trades. First thing, the start date and the end date. So this is the default setting when you apply this system on your chart. This would be the default setting. So now you have first thing your start date. That is, I have uh, like for back testing purpose, I have taken this thing from 2000 and end date is 2099. So this is the first two things which we have. Apart from that, second thing we have whatever trades this particular system has taken over a period of from this particular date. So this is the by default setting. You have to change the setting based on, like for example, today is 17th Feb 2025. So I have to change the setting. So the default one it would appear over here, but the calculation would be based on the current, like whatever the start date is, and it will end up and in on the current date or whatever the date of your application on of this particular system on your chart would be. So second thing we have, like I was talking about total trades. This is the opening balance. This is the return in USD. This is the return in percentage. What, how much is the drawdown? What is the total number of pips? If it is negative, that means we have lost this much of pips, or if it is positive, we have gained. Here, same negative means we have made loss, and positive, and if it is return is in positive, then it will come in green color. If return is in negative, that means we are losing we have incurred losses. Then it would appear in a red color. This is the closing balance based on the initial starting balance. This is the profit, uh, like how much profit percentile does this particular system has or is giving us. So I have applied this on XAUUSD on 5 minute. Let me change the color because okay, blue would be good. No, it's not good. One second. This would be good, I guess. Okay, no problem. So we'll now many people have approached me, like I'm into uh, trading. First of all, I'm a trader and then a technical analyst and a coder and a strategist. So many people have approached me. Why I have come up with this semi-auto trading system is like many people have approached me and said me that or wanted me to develop a strategy wherein they would be in a position to trade. Like for example, there are many traders who don't have time, but they want things to be done automatically or semi-automatically. So for those people, I have made this thing because first of all, people thought that I'm not that much uh, capable enough to make the strategies. Because I am a manual trader. I like to trade. I'm a full-time trader. I sit in front of computer and I do manual trading. So I don't require any automatic strategy to initiate my trades. I take trades when things are visible to me, and I avoid when things are not visible or things are not as per what I'm expecting. Sorry, which color should I take? Okay, no, red is also there. Once again, let it be. Let this color be okay. Now it is fine because let it be black. It's only okay. So this is what has been displayed. So now, how you would be looking at this strategy and you would be telling me, like you would be thinking, oh, this is a minus 12% starting balance was of now $10,000 and minus 1,253.7. And if you can consider it 1,254 dollars is in minus. So how this particular method of strategy would be successful? The main crux of this particular strategy is, or it has a very various feature. So now I have kept the sensitivity to 7. If I reduce the sensitivity to 1, just look at the uh, look at what is happening over here. As soon as I reduce the sensitivity 1, and then if I change the dates, let it be the dates same. Let the dates be same, no problem. Because I want to explain you how this strategy basically gives you result and why it is productive. Because it will be, it will take by default 18 because of this time, and $1,000 or $10,000 is the initial balance. So we'll keep $1,000. That would be beneficial. Okay. So now if you see minus from minus 12, if you reduce the sensitivity because it depends upon instrument to instrument and it differs from instrument to instrument. So on $1,000, we have made 15% gain. Drawdown is of 7%. That means give or take 7.5 or approximately it is the returns which we are getting over here. So now if I tweak a little bit, because my main intention behind creating this strategy is I'm not concerned about profit percentile. If this is 70%, if this is 80%, that doesn't or that does not bother me, because if I'm getting only 0.5% risk to reward and my profit percentage is above 60%, it doesn't make any sense to me. I'll not be a consistent earner over a period of time. So without wasting further time, I'm just bringing main meat and potato into our discussion. So what I do, I normally like to trade, especially on XAU USD, with a risk to reward of 1:5. So now look how figures change. So now this was a trade which was stopped out today. Here it displays there is a if we are engaged in any current trade or no, not. If it is sell, it would be in the red color. That would be sell. If it is buy, it would be in green color. The stop loss trading stop with trade uh, like at what price we have initiated the trade and trailing stop loss and target. Now here it displays risk to reward. This is what is most important for me. If I am earning 1 is to 5, and if I am able to maintain 30, 38, 39, like around 40, 45%, then this particular strategy or particular trading system is good for me because I am able to make over a period of time. Like for example, the starting date was 20, uh, like it was from 2000 and end date is 2025. So if I most people go for back testing, rather I only see to it like what is I am getting at this particular point. Like for example, I am much more interested in what how much money I have made since Feb. That is what I would be looking out for. Like I have taken like this particular strategy has given me 41 trades with a profit percentile of 40 41 and a risk to reward is of 5. And this is what the date is and this is what the end date is. So once you will put whatever end date would you would put in, it would be displayed over here. If you are not putting any date, then on display it would be the by default date. Now the drawdown is of 30%, which is comparatively uh, I'm good with this one. And return is you can see the amount and you can see this thing. So now many people would say this is just a calculation. My friend, when you do the calculation, because I'm a like I'm a stat and math kind of a guy. Once a thing is not profitable for me in my Excel sheet or in my calculation, then it won't be profitable for me in live market. So having said that, now if I reduce down, like look at this percentile, profit percentile. If I now reduce down to 1, now this particular strategy is giving you 62%. And if you do with this 62%, that is 11.38 and less than 5 or approximately 5 is the drawdown, then again you are making 6%. So that is something which is which would be which should be like if you are comfortable with 1 is to 1, then it's good, no problem. But what I rather love to see is like if I balance with 1 is to 3, I can manage this risk to reward, this profit percentile with risk to reward, with return on investment, with less than 20% of my drawdown. Now I'm again making 134% with the 41 trades. And even if I go drop down to risk to reward to 1 is to 2, it would be same. Now, if I normally, many people they come up to me like if we make 1 is to 1.5, 1.5, they say it is good strategy, but I don't like that kind of. I'm not that kind of a trader. Rather, I love to see if ever like this strategy, I would be trading based on this strategy for my own individual uh, in my own individual trading. So that's the reason once things convince me, then and only then I introduce it into to other traders. So like here, for example, like on based on 1 is to 5, I am getting 41. Sometimes because the date may differ. If you consider 2000, like for example, many people would say it was previously 31, 37 something, now it is 41. So once again, let me change the dates to default. Let me go back to once again, present Jan 1st, and here we go. Now it is 37.97. Now if I change the date from for one second, let me 2025 Feb 1st of Feb. It is 41.46. Somebody asked me like if you want to get the data for 6 months, 3 months. So it is up to you. Once you own it, you can use it. Like like for example, if you want 1 year data, you can go for it, no problem. from January 1 to this one. You can see it is still it is giving us 6,442% gain in gold, which is very like I don't have words to say like because drawdown is still under 40 or 30, 33. Many people say should we want drawdown to be one. That is impossible because when you are trying to trade based on because this is something which is based on my own calculation and my own indicators, but you can add your filter into it into it, and you can use it accordingly. So this is what I used to like. For example, this is gold. I'll come back to the same dates which I was. Uh, Once again, let me do it with risk 1:1. So now you can see over a period of time you're getting 60%, around 60, 59% give or take, 59% returns, 50%, 59% profitability. So and the return is 15%, and your drawdown is 7. So you're getting half of what your drawdown is. So that this particular strategy which I have developed, or this particular um, indicator based strategy I have developed, I it gives us opportunity to go with the like if I want if I can go with 1:10 also. So now you can see still the profit percentile is around 38 something, and you can see this is what, and even if I because it gives us opportunity to go with the risk to reward. So and if I again bring it back to like 2025, one second, let me choose 2025 Feb first because I'm considering first because I want to take into consideration the entire month. So again, it is giving me this much of percentage. So that means it has that much of potential. You can cross check the trades. Once you opt for it, you can cross check the trades, and it will give you proper things. And this is semi-automatic. You can make if you want. You can make it in like for example, this trade. This trade is something like this is the buy stop. The target is something and moreover, the targets either ways, green color is the target and red color is the stop loss, and this one is the trailing stop loss. So if you want, you can keep it. If you don't want, you don't. You can hide it, no problem. Because all in all, once the trade is initiated, you will get all the data over here in this particular table. And again, so this is something which is very productive in because again it depends upon you how you want to like how you uh, and how you want to trade based on because sometimes like if, for example this is the closing time because if I'm trading intraday I want to close the position before it market ends, so I just want to square off my position whatever open positions are there in the market. So that's the reason you would see closing time. And again, it works. I haven't checked it on higher time frame, but you can like for example, the many people look into 15 minutes of trading and or 1 hour of trading. So no, this one is not like if for 1 hour I have to reduce down to 5 so that we can get a productive because on a 1 year like for on a 1 hour it would go for you can say for months I guess. Now it is showing us 100%. So that is 1%, 10% result on like only one trade because we haven't got any trade. So again, you can choose it based on your time frame. But I normally trade 5 minutes and I like to see things working on 5 minutes. So and I've developed this system for my own trading for gold spot. And if anybody wants, like for example, we'll just go through like JVP USD, what JVP USD is giving us 70% result, 70% profit percentile. It should be equally, like for example, it would be plus or minus of based on the strategy tested. Like for example, let me put in the date. So you shouldn't feel like we're just playing around with something. Oh my God. Oh my. I'm not be able to give you the exact date, exact strategy tester because my this thing is trading views expired. So once I'll uh, uh, renew my subscription, then I'll give you this thing. But it would be same, give or take, plus or minus. Uh, it won't be a major difference. And because I like to see manual calculation, I don't rely on the strategy tester because it takes into account various just different factors, and I would like to see things getting or things being coded manually. So here we are getting 70%, 18%, 70%, 1:7 is what, or 70% profit percentile, and then a return is of 18% based on risk to reward one. And same if I increase the risk to reward to 1:5, for example. Now we have open trade over here. Like for example, our current trade buy, and this is the buying 26007. This is the buying level 26007. Trailing stop loss, your and buy target is at 26280. So this is the buying target for this particular one. It is highlighted over here. This is the buying target. So and you could see the lines over here. So it automatically gives you things. And moreover, if you want, you can use it on with 1:2, 1:3, 1:2. But I like to see 1:5 or 1:4. That's the thing which I have developed because if I see if I'm getting around 40% of, like this is giving me around 50, 48, 40, 71, because it depends upon volatility also, and different factors are also taken into consideration, required to take into consideration. So I always try and try to see, like if I get 1:5, that means I would be making good sum of money out of trading based on if I'm applying it as a semi-automatic, semi-auto or fully auto robot or strategy. So that is what I look into. And if I apply it to, like for example, Euro USD, now the drawdown is 9.75. There is no active trade going on in this particular thing. I think we have been stopped out over here. Entry by stop loss been triggered, and like it is giving us around 57% with risk to reward to 1:5. Mainly I concentrate on risk to reward because if I get risk to reward and it is a plus 45% profit percentile is there, then it is good for me because it will give me, at the end of the day, you have the calculation in front of you. So now, after that, which market is remaining? I think this one is from some Malaysian index. So based on 1:5 on 5 minutes time frame, it is giving me for FCPO, it is giving me 62% return of 161.65%. That is, if my opening balance is of $1,000, it will, like within this particular duration of from 2nd Feb till 18th. It may fluctuate plus or minus, give or take, but again, this is for educational purpose. Nothing is guaranteed. But what I've seen is, like if over a period of time, for example, if you like in this particular market, I normally don't trade this market, so it is completely new to me. Like for example, we'll take a back test of like 2023 Feb first, and let's see what results are generated. Now it is giving us 35% profitability, 35.36. So over a period of time, it is giving 35 from 35. 35 will consider 35.30. So if I reduce it down to 1:2, It is giving me 41.66%, and 52% is the return which I'm getting, or which one would be getting. That is, I don't know how the calculation has been done based on this one. So $526 is the USD which I have made into this one. And if I reduce it down to 1:1, then let's see what happens. It is same, I think, or it is populating 51. So 3% return, give or take, but the drawdown is killing us. So for me, and in this particular market, what I have observed, this operates in different manner. So for this market, you can drop down to 1 minute also, I guess. So trading on a 1 minute, or like with a risk to reward of 1:3 would give us a healthy result, I guess. So I concentrate more on 30 to 45% should be the gain profit percentile, but the risk to reward should be greater. This is what I normally look into, because when you're trading for risk to reward, like for example, it should be greater. Now the same 1:5 34.21 percentile, but again, I'm not getting this pips count, how much how it is counting, but it is here 2445% on a 10,000, like $1,000 is in opening balance, and unit times 100,000, 10,000, $458 was the closing balance. But I don't know what is the unit of buy and sell over here. But this is what the trade is all about, and it would open and it will close the trade based on the, like. But this is a sell profit and this all these things. So even if you come down to 3 minute, like 26%. So now I have to tweak this to 2 and 1:5 on 3 minutes. So it depends, like how you calculate and how you, like, if you trailing stop loss sensitivity, and if, for example, uh like on 3 minute, if you go with 1:1, you get around 51%, and 4% is the gain of $1,000. But I rather prefer to go with 1:5 is something which I normally tend to look up to. But again, it is going below 26%. Drawdown is, but still I'm making, like, this is what enticed me towards this one, because on $1,000 of investment, I'm making 4,000, $4,825, which is something which is very lucrative. But again, it depends. I don't know how this market operates, but this can be applied, and one can see, like for example, this was trailing stop loss was triggered over here. This was the target, but it missed the target by some few things, like few points, I guess. And here also, you can see sell was initiated here. So many things are there into this, like how you uh, this buy stop was triggered. This was my stop loss. It was not triggered, but it got triggered over here. So there are other filters which would be added into this one. Once the people person, like for example, on a 5 minute, we get a current trade is sell at 4690. I think this one is a live. Is it live or not? I don't know, but it's not moving. So that means it's not live. Second, let me come back to 5 minutes, which is my 1:1 is by default. So this is how, at the end of the day, I normally tend to look up to, like for example, we come back to XAU USD. At the end of the day, what I look out for, like I trade normally XAU USD, Euro USD, and GBP USD. I like to see getting 1:5. If I'm winning 1:5, that means at the end of the day, I'm I would be in a better position to. Uh, you can see the figure speaks louder than word. So you can see what this is and what this is, what this is, what this is. So you can do your math. So again, this is something which has been calculated. It's not something which has been dependent on third party. It all depends upon the strategy input, the indicator inputs, and the output would be based on the pure mathematical calculation. So I hope you people might have enjoyed this video. And if you have any doubt, you can concern, you can get back to me or ask me in the groups, respective groups, or DM me, or you can ask me in the comment box. So thanks a lot for watching the video.